What is good, YouTube? It's your boy DonnyB, and we have a lot to talk about today. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. You guys know we have NBA 2K26 releasing on pre-order tomorrow, and it's releasing next week, next Friday, for those who didn't get the pre-order. And there's so much stuff to go over. We're going to talk about everything you need to know as far as the builder, the city, the park, everything. And then we're also going to talk about why I've been gone so long. So trust me, this is going to be a video. So, you know, just tuck in. Don't forget to like, drop a sub if you're new to the channel, man. And let's get into it. What is DonnyB? And we back, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's been a crazy year. You guys know I started off 2K25. I started 2K25 off really hot. I was uploading videos. And I'm just gonna say, life has been pretty crazy, and it got a little crazy this year. Just going through some personal stuff. So I had to take a while off of YouTube and to get myself, you know, back into that mindset and just try to get my mental right and get everything right. I'm in a, you know, better space now and everything is good. So I do appreciate you guys for continuing to, you know, stay with my channel and watch my videos and everything like that. I know I haven't uploaded, I think, 6 months, but we back on that grind. Don't get it twisted. We are back on that grind. When I put that community post out a couple weeks ago, that's when I was really feeling good, and I'm feeling I'm in a much better place now. I feel amazing. And with 2K26 dropping, you guys are seeing this on Thursday, so with 2K26 dropping tomorrow, I'm totally in that mode. I got builds on top of builds. I got a lot of content planned for you guys, but of course we got to get into all of this news. We've been getting news, and it's been a lot of news, and it's a lot of stuff for everyone. It's too much for everybody to kind of consume. You've got to watch multiple videos, so I decided to put everything together, consolidate everything, and put them in this one video. So we're gonna get into the video today, but before we do, don't forget to drop a like and drop a sub if you're new to the channel, man. We are back, and we are on that grind of 2,000 subs. Now let's get into it. So the very first thing I want to say is, if you haven't pre-ordered 2K, make sure you pre-order 2K right now as you're watching this video, because if you do not pre-order 2K by the end of the day today, you will not be able to play it tomorrow when it releases early access. There are two different versions that give you early access. If you get the Mellow Edition or the $130 edition, so you have the $100 edition or the $150 edition, I should say, which if you have 2K25, you get a 10% discount, so it'll be around $135. If you get either one of those, you also get that 7-day early access along with some My Team content and some VC. Here is a list of all the editions and what is included with them, including the My Team content, the VC, the Pro Pass, whatever it is. If you need to pause it and take a screenshot of it, whatever the case is. But make sure you get that pre-order if you want to be on the game early, like a week early compared to everybody else that will be playing September 6th, I believe, which is next week. Okay, and now let's get into the builder. We know why you guys are here. Let's talk about the builder. And the builder has a bunch of new features. One starts with the new feature, the animation glossary. And basically with the animation glossary, it lets us see all the requirements and all the animations that we want while we're still in the builder. So no more creating dummy builds to check on the animations or the requirements. You can just see it while you're actually creating your build. So this is going to be a lot more helpful. The next new feature that got added to the builder is the Built by Badges feature, which lets you choose the badges that you want basically, and the minimum requirement for those badges automatically gets set in the builder for that build. So you, like if you needed a 93 pointer for gold limitless, it would automatically, you would go in, set that badge to gold in the Built by Badges feature, and it would automatically get set to a 93 pointer. The Scout and Report feature, it's a nice little quality of life thing. You guys can see ISO Savant is a totally new archetype name, but the Scout and Report feature basically tells you your strengths and your weaknesses, just like a real scout report for an NBA game. Like this build here can't finish above the rim. One of my favorite things about 2K25 was the badge perks, and the badge perks, the max plus 1. Now there's a new max plus 2, which does the same thing essentially, but this one can take a gold badge to a legend badge. So that's one thing you really want to keep in mind when you're creating your build. And there's Clutch Gene, Hot Start, and Takeover Surge, which are badge perks that boost during those specific game situations. Like the Clutch Gene might up a certain badge in the last 2 minutes of a game. The new addition to 2K26 is the build specialization. The build specialization basically lets you pick one of the 5 categories that you want to specialize in, and there are certain goals that you have to meet if you want more rewards, like cap breakers, animations, all the above. You guys can see goals 1 through 8, 9. There's different. If you pick shooting, you'd have to win 50 games hitting 100 threes or something like that. But basically makes the grind a little bit more for certain players, I think. And then we have cap breakers returning, which are also one of my favorite things about 2K25. But the only difference this year is that the cap breakers raise lower stats by more. For example, if your free throw was a 44 and you add the cap breakers, it can now boost you plus 11 instead of like 2K25. It would have only went up like 1 or 2. Alright guys, now let's talk about Rebirth. And if you guys are like me who have multiple builds, this is super important. So there's 4 tiers for Rebirth. There's Silver, Gold, Hall of Fame, and Legend. And basically, if you reach a specific overall with your first mod player, it unlocks that tier for Rebirth. And so if you unlock Hall of Fame, it automatically raises the badges to the respective level once the attributes are met of your next build of that Rebirth build. So that is super important, I'm not gonna lie. So as far as the builds and the takeover, those are the most important things. I do want to say there is custom takeover for NBA 2K26 now. So you get to choose 3 specific attributes that you want to boost and make sure that they lead toward your takeover ability, which is now back in NBA 2K26. But definitely keep in mind the build specialization and the build specialization goals, and especially thinking about how you want to do your max plus 1 and now the new max plus 2, because it can make a lot of builds dangerous being able to take a gold badge to a legend badge. Now let's talk about the information we got yesterday, and that is the information on the city. So the city has, all your modes, your rec, pro-am, ante-up, the theater, proving grounds, all that good stuff. But it looks like they've kind of streamlined everything and compact everything even more than they did before. So it's easier for us to get to where we want to be and just play games. And they also have brought back parks. So parks are finally back and we can go, and it looks vibrant, it looks green, everything looks great in the park. I'm not gonna lie, they might be cooking, but everything looks good in the park. And they've added something new to NBA 2K26 called crews. Crews in NBA 2K26 are kind of like affiliations, except it's more personalized. So you guys know, if you have 10 or 12 friends that you play with religiously, maybe different variations, if you run 3s with a certain group of people or you run 5v5 with a certain group of people, this one allows all of you guys to be on the same crew, and you earn crew XP and crew rewards the more you play with each other. As you guys can see, the crew rewards can range from max plus 1s to cap breakers to unlimited Gatorade boost. It really just depends. So it gives you another element of grind on 2K, and then you can customize your crew, have your own logo. You can get your own crew shirt. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys remember, we used to have customizable shirts, but this time it'll be customized with our crew logo. It just gives us more of a chance to play with certain people that we like to play with. And the last thing I want to talk about are some of the more niche changes that, the ones who the more casual players might not know about. And if you don't have Twitter, then you definitely don't know about, because Mike Wang for the past month has been dropping a lot of info, not only with the courtside report that's on 2K's website, but just replying to a lot of people online and replying to a lot of their questions with information about the game. First thing we know is we probably have, and this is probably the most important change, there is no RNG shooting this year, so it is going to be a full green window. So if you can properly time a lot of your animations, you should be really good on this game. This is for jump shots, but I'm just gonna assume, and obviously we have to wait to find out. But the layups, I really got to see if the layup timing is still the same or if they've revamped it or whatever the case is, because you guys know, if you were watching my channel this year, my Giannis build, the layup and the dunk on this build, and if you could time, and not even just this build, like I always said on every build, if you had an 80 layup, you could green some contested layups consistently if you had good timing. So if it's still like that, then it's going to be a real problem with some of the builds who have really good layup on NBA 2K26. Next, we have some changes in the dribbling, and if you guys watched any of the 2K videos from anybody that attended Community Day, you got to see some of the dribbles, and you can clearly see that dribbling is way better in 26 than it is in 25. The ability to burst out even Giannis on the game, just like the actual, like Giannis himself in the actual game, he's able to burst and dribble a little bit more than he was in previous games. He looks a little bit faster. So I'm definitely excited to see stuff like that, considering I make a Giannis build every year. Another big change is the change to the contest system. So you guys know, if you played big or whatever the case, or even if you were on the perimeter, a lot of times you could just get you can get a contest just by having a hand up, or if you jump. Sometimes, you know, in real life, if you jump at somebody, especially in the NBA, they can go around you, or if you jump at somebody, it's not as contested if you take the shot when they're coming down compared to when they're, you know, originally jumping. So apparently Mike is saying that they touched that a little bit and they tried to find a good balance in between it. So that's what I'm waiting to see, because the defense looks a little crazy at times. All right, guys, and that is going to be it for this video. I'm super excited for 2K26. This is probably the most excited I've been for a 2K since it's come to the next gen consoles, which are now current gen at this point. The PlayStation 5 is current gen, and now this game is only going to be on the next gen consoles, which is why I think it looks so much better in terms of the stuff that they added, because they solely focused on one particular game. So it's finally time. I think a lot of people are super excited for this game, even though the ones that, you know, hate 2K and say they're not going to play it every year and all that good stuff. But this game does look like a cook. I'm not gonna get too excited. I'm not gonna get too high, too low, but the game does look amazing. I'm not gonna lie. And first day, y'all know how I get with them first day, first week content. I got a lot of builds I have in mind. I got a lot of things I want to try out. So hopefully you guys come on this journey with me. Like I said, I am back. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me, staying sub to the channel, and continuing to watch my videos. So we are back on that grind. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like and drop a sub if you're new to the channel, man. We are on that grind of 2,000 subs, and I'll see you guys next video.